Second.
Now this debate between Amro and Sa'ad al-Bishri in the USA history. The first question is for Amr. Amr, if you were Hamilton, what would you do?
After Americans war, America have too much debt, so Hamilton was having the job to be the Secretary of the Treasury of America. So he was responsible for paying the debts of Americans for America by selling government bonds.
Okay, so what would you do if you were Hamilton?
I was going to finish the debts of Americans of America.
Okay, thank you. You, Sa'ad, what wouldn't you do if you were Hamilton?
What wouldn't I do?
Yeah.
Here's the thing. He tried to end the debts, but he also affected the economy in a bad way. He stopped the. He basically made tariffs, which were the American people couldn't buy from outside because it was too expensive. So it affected the people.
So you wouldn't do what?
I wouldn't do that plan. His ways of finishing the debts.
Okay, thank you. Now let's start with Sa'ad's time. What is the difference between George Washington and Jefferson?
George Washington and Jefferson. Yes, George Washington was a Federalist, and George Washington was a Democratic Republican.
Okay. So what do you think the difference is, Amr?
First of all, Jefferson was elected after the war. He helped in the war of Americans against British, and he won. So he was elected to be president of America. And John Adams was the vice president, and of course Hamilton was secretary of treasury. So he was like when Hamilton had his ways to finish American debts. Thomas Jefferson and Thomas Madison were against the way of Hamilton to pay his debts, American debts, American country debts. So Federalists were George Washington and John Adams against Thomas Jefferson, the Democratic Republican.
Okay, thank you. So which one would you prefer to be?
Federalist, definitely.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
the more centralized the power is, the best and the better. The
Okay,
country
so
is.
you are into central
Power.
power.
Yes.
Okay. Right. So with Amr this time, if you were a member in the Lewis Clark expedition, what would you do?
Lewis and Clark expedition.
What's it first?
It happened when Thomas Jefferson doubled the size of America by purchasing Louisiana. So he made two expeditions: Meriwether Lewis and Clark. I don't know his full name, but his name is Clark. So they went to Louisiana to make expedition to know more of people of Louisiana, to know their culture, and they give their culture and to take information and to know the canyons, to expand the canyons, to make roads on the canyons.
So what can you add, Saad, to this?
First of all, Lewis was Jefferson's friend. He was actually a soldier, and Clark was another soldier, but he was a low rank. Jefferson sent them both with a group of scientists to research about this new, like he said, Louisiana Purchase. After this new land, this new region, they found tribes. They met tribes. Some were violent, some were peaceful. They discovered new regions, new land, new plants, new animals. And the expedition, they benefited from the expedition because the west side wasn't discovered at that time. So that's what.
So with this expedition successful?
Yes.
Yeah, it was successful.
Okay. You wouldn't do anything more if you were a member in this expedition?
There was nothing.
They did everything they were
They
supposed
did
to.
everything. There was nothing was except for doing. Like they did everything. They expand. They see what's the new. They give the culture. They took the culture of new people.
Thank you. Okay. Now for Sa'ad. If you were living in the 19th century, in the early 19th century in the United States, would you choose to live in the South or in the North, and why?
I would choose to live in the north because it's more modernized and it has factories and like it says, some workers were living in like office jobs and they got paid more.
So you're
Factories.
into more income, better income.
Better income, yes, and because it's more industrial and has factories.
Okay, thank you. So Amr, there was an issue which made difference between the North and the South, and there was a lot of conflict because of this. What is it? What was making a lot of conflict between the South and the North?
I think the purchasing of slaves, because in the south slaves were more than in the north. So I think that was the conflicts.
Yeah, so it is slavery. Thank
Yeah.
you. Now, are you with or against it? The issue of slavery. Are you with slavery or against it?
I think that last years during the 19th, slavery was important because they were going do too much work, cotton, textiles. They were done by slaves, so it was much easier, and the work were done so fast.
Thank you. So, Saad, you said you would like to live in the North, it means, and the people in the North were against slavery. So, do you support slavery?
Yes.
How comes you are living in the North and you support slavery at the same
I
time?
gave my reasons. I said that I want to live in the north because it's more industrialized. I didn't say it because it supports freedom.
And you want the North with its industry and so on, and at the same time you want the ideas from the South which support slavery and so on.
Yes.
But
So what a mix.
So I live in the middle. Not in the north, not in the south.
Yeah, some states were, they were no, border states.
Yes, in the border states.
Yeah, they
If I
were.
want slavery, I would go to the other side. If I want,
So you want the ideas of the South which support slavery, and at the same time you would like to live the modern life of the North. Okay, the best of all. Okay, so Amr, why do you think France helped the Americans? When was that?
France helped Americans.
When did France help the Americans?
It helped Americans against British in the war because I think that Benjamin Franklin, when he had negotiated with France to get some troops, get some help from France, and France agreed because they were gonna benefit from American if they win all the war against Britain.
And of course, one of the reasons is in France and Britain are
Rifles.
okay. Thank you. So, Saad, again, what is the 3/5 compromise?
the 3/5 compromise. It was when America declared independence and they wanted to make a system where votes were counted except for slaves. Where the South were they didn't want to count them, but the North wanted to count them as people, as persons, as citizens.
So, first of all, before 3/5 compromise happened during slavery, there was something called a system called unicameral and bicameral. Some states supported unicameral and some supported bicameral, but at last America chose the United States after it became a continental country. or independent country, it become a bicameral. So what is bicameral? It's a law-making body made by two houses, a Senate and representative, representative houses. So how the Senate or representative houses made, like how to control the population during
How to be chosen? How to be elected?
how to be chosen in every state. This was happening due to the population of people. If, for example, X state has a population of like 1 million, so maybe a Senate will be put in this state. What if another Y state has like 2 million? So I think 2 Senate houses or maybe representative houses, because representative houses are more, so will be more in this state. Because due to population, if population increase, the houses will increase.
The representatives.
I mean the representative will increase. If the population are less, the representative will be less. So it's all happening due to the population. So we have then they came to a problem called about slavery. The slaves didn't have the right to vote. So what they could do, they said that there's a plan called, or a system called 350 compromise, which made like divided slavery.
No, every slave is equals.
Every slave are equals.
Every slave equals 3/5 of
350
a free
of a
of a free citizen.
And that was also called when there's came a time of farmers freed slaves. It was called manumission.
Thank you, Yam. Thank you, Sa'ad. Thank you, Amr. This, you were really, shake hands. Thank you for this.
Thank you.